Bonjour, mes enfants, und willkommen. This is a Let's Get On With It, a Sonic the Hedgehog 2, my favorite game of the Sonic series. As always, I'm Grimith, and I will be your post-commentator. I played through this about a week ago now, so if I sound surprised at my stupidity, trust me, that's because I am. Now, Sonic 2 actually incorporates a player-and-a-half mode by introducing Tails, who is basically a Sonic wannabe. He can be useful, and he can be entertaining, but he can be a real annoyance in the special stages, as I get hit for the first time. Oh boy. Not even a minute. So, he's off, and off we go as well, with Emerald Hill Zone, the first zone of the game, gentle and easy like a first zone should be. And your mom! However, you may have noticed the extreme length of this video. We're going to be here longer than any other zone of the game because we have 7 Chaos Emeralds to collect. Yeah, 7. After the original Sonic, I guess Sega team decided to throw in another Chaos Emerald because, you know, 7's a better number than 6. And might as well give us greater opportunity to have Dr. Robotnik laugh in our faces. So, there's a different mode for collecting, Chaos Emeralds. We collect 50 rings, we touch a checkpoint, and we hop into the Half-Pipe of Destiny! There are actually 7 Half-Pipes of Destiny, also known as special stages. Each special stage is comprised of 3 segments. You are tasked with collecting a certain amount of rings in order to pass through each segment. Pass through all 3, you get your Chaos Emerald. Failure in beginning segment can screw you up in a later segment as the amount of rings that you have to collect is cumulative. So you may find it impossible to complete your task because you lost some rings. That's how you lose rings, by hitting those bombs. I think they each take off 10 rings. That can be really painful. First special stage though, not so much. This is a cinch, you know, it's an introduction to the whole thing. We're not dealing with psychedelic wonderland anymore, where, you know, you're obviously on LSD and like, whoa man, look at the doves in the background, whoa! Just running through a half-pipe. With Tails, the amount of rings that you have to collect in some of the segments is adjusted. It tends to be a higher adjustment. He can collect rings too, but since it's controlled by the AI, unless player 2 is controlling him, he has a habit of running into bombs and losing rings. You're not supposed to let him get ahead of you in order to collect rings, but sometimes it happens, like if you jump around or you get hit. At any rate, we got the first Chaos Emerald, and nice fact, whenever you go into a special stage zone, win or lose, everything on the map respawns. That includes extra life boxes as well, so you could farm those up if you want to, but please. This is my favorite Sonic game. I played this more than any other Sonic game. I know what I'm doing. I don't need to farm up extra lives. I will take that shield, though. So, Sonic 2 is, there are definitely numerous differences between the first 2 Sonic games. That's one right there, the spin dash. I can just hold down on my controller and press one of the buttons that normally make you jump to collect some speed. Which makes it, you know, they definitely incorporate that segment pretty well into the level design, so you do have to use it. But it's awesome and fun, and you should want to use it anyway. Instead of just having to, like, collect momentum by running and then holding down to do that little spin thing. That can be aggravating to do. It's especially frustrating whenever you're used to, like, playing the newer Sonic games. I say newer, but like, say Sonic 2 and Sonic 3. And then you go back and play the original, and like, I can't spin dash! Crap! I have to do, like, the aerial spin attack, but only on the ground. Like whenever you have to get under the Orbinauts and Skylight Zone, or Starlight Zone. Oh man, all the names get mixed up in my head, it's terrible, I'm getting old. So, this is the second Half-Pipe of Destiny! As you can see, it's... oh yeah, pretty thrilling. Oh man, they're putting rings up there in the air, my goodness. Actually, if you totally lack any sense of knowledge about these special zones, you could spend the entire game trying to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds and still fail. Trust me, I've done it. There's a level select code that I used to use quite a bit as a kid, so I could practice all the special stages repeatedly. Before I even tried to start playing the game normally, I would practice all the special stages, I would get them down pat. To make sure I was a Grandmaster, although you don't even need to do that. There are 8 checkpoint lamppost things in the first zone, Emerald Hill Zone. So you can collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds before you move on with the rest of the game. You don't have to go that far. As you can see, I just got my second. And but regardless of however you do it, I've had so much practice and experience with collecting the Chaos Emeralds that even though it's been years since I played Sonic 2, other things will give me trouble in this game, like those stupid monkeys throwing coconuts, but the special stages, I think I'm good. That's why this video is 22 minutes long. No problem. So, I didn't even know that was gonna happen. I hate those monkeys so much. Stupid monkeys! Stop flinging coconuts everywhere. Whee! Speed! And you might have noticed there's actually a secret corridor up there, which I'm going to try to get to by launching myself with the spin dash. And I glitched myself through the frickin' wall, but I don't actually get into the secret corridor. That's the garbage truck. I wonder what that was in the distance. Whatever. You don't need to hear about that. This is post-commentary. It's supposed to be super professional. Regardless, we went through there, and we went through the secret corridor. We got extra rings. Now it's time for us to head to the next checkpoint. You don't have to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds in Emerald Hill Zone. It's just easier if you take care of it as soon as possible. This is something that I harped on in the original series, taking care of collecting the Chaos Emeralds as soon as possible. You obviously have more opportunities to collect the Chaos Emeralds, since you don't have to rely on the fact that you have to wait until the end of an act, and only the first 2 acts, in order to hop into a special super secret cool ring to do this. But it's still for the best if you take care of it as soon as possible. There's an additional incentive beyond getting it out of the way, which we'll see as soon as I collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds. Spoiler alert, I'm so good at this game that I can collect 7 Chaos Emeralds, true story. A fun fact, if you beat the game, or if you go through like the level select stuff and you collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds, if you don't turn the game off and just restart it, it'll actually start you off with all 7 Chaos Emeralds collected, which is pretty nifty if for whatever reason you feel like, you know, you play through the game once and like, I want to play through it again and have all 7 Chaos Emeralds collected. It's like, wow, that's awesome. Cool. I have them all from the very beginning. There actually is a cool reason. I'm sure any of you watching this video already know it, but spoilers, oh my god. So, third half pipe of Destiny. They're introducing more and more intricate mechanics, have to avoid ninja bombs, and the rings. Heaven forbid you run into the rings. I'm like, oh my goodness, I only need one. I was worried I wouldn't be able to collect any more rings. I remember these half pipes of Destiny pretty well. But my memory is not flawless, as you can see. I've made mistakes, and I hit a bomb there. I swear to God, I hit a bomb and I didn't lose any rings. I don't know how. You got me, folks. I would have failed to collect this emerald if the game had properly subtracted the 10 rings from me. I don't know how. I'm just awesome. So awesome you can't even see the Chaos Emeralds flickering. Oh well. That happens with the frame rate. They did appear at the end though, so hey, there are 3 of them. Alright, so we are off to... I think we're off to the end of the level now. There are 3 checkpoints in Act 1 and 5 checkpoints in Act 2. For the most part, whereas the original Sonic had 3 acts in each zone, Sonic 2 only has 2 acts in each zone. There are a few exceptions, but those don't come until the end of the game, and we will cross those bridges when we get to them. For now, fish chompy things, and stupid monkey would totally derail me, and then it's another monkey that would totally derail me if I take this jump springboard there, so I'm killing them beforehand. Otherwise, I'd go flying straight into them. Now, when you're holding yourself to a high standard like me, of collecting all of the rings, to collect all the Chaos Emeralds before you even leave Emerald Hill Zone, you have to be pretty meticulous and slow going in order to ensure you don't screw up. Which is why I've been so cautious. You can fly through this stage without a doubt. Whee! But, you know, collect the rings, make it happen. 4th half pipe of Destiny, and it is such a glorious collection of colors. And, oh goodness, laptop with like power saving mode there. Don't do that! I'm recording videos for the internet! No, I already recorded videos for the internet. I'm recording myself for the internet! Uh-oh. No, now you see the Sega team here got pretty devious in its half-pipe design. Like, oh, we're going to hide bombs behind turns and curves. You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know unless you played through them before, or you got insanely lucky. Just hello. Well, that one was actually pretty easy to spot. Well, now they're spreading out bombs here to make it a pain for you to cycle through either side of the half-pipe, or that's what I'm gonna call it. It's the half-pipe of destiny. Oh goodness! Like I said, I don't remember everything. Sneaky game. It's always the worst whenever you go through the first two segments of a special stage and then fail on, like, say, this one. They'll show you, like, they'll show the Chaos Emerald approaching, and then they'll show it just fading out of reach. It's like, what's happening here? Who is governing the collection of Chaos Emeralds? Is it some sort of supreme hedgehog being we have yet to discover? Who needs to know that? Maybe it's Dr. Robotic. You know, he's wrestling for control of these Chaos Emeralds, too. And, phew! 2 rings over. Since you needed 150, I got 151. That's 2 rings over. Stupid math. I know it would seem like it'd only be like 1 ring over, but obviously it's not, since 150 meets the requirements anyway. Shut up. Math problems like those that mess with like simple addition and subtraction, those are the worst. Anyway, since there are 8 checkpoints and only 7 Chaos Emeralds, there's actually a checkpoint we won't be visiting. If you take that springboard up there and head a little bit northwest, you can arrive at that checkpoint. A key thing to remember, though, is that you cannot visit, if you go to a checkpoint, all earlier checkpoints are inaccessible. So you could screw yourself over unless you know where the checkpoints are. It's pretty easy to map on, say, a zone like Emerald Hill Zone, but later on, you're lucky if you even see a checkpoint. So, taking that falling platform got me an extra life, woohoo! And you'll notice I'm a few rings short, so I risked diving after the monkey there, and I realized that I can't get after those rings this way. So I've got to keep going forward for just 6 more rings! Don't mess this up! Whew. Okay. Don't land on the spikes, and... whee! Do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, this is... well, the colors are alternating. I guess that's cool, you know. It's not like Daggerfall where it's the same blandness. They're mixing it up. Come on. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Entire banks of rings now located, you know, directly above you, so you have to use your super hedgehog speed to make a difference in the world. Hopefully there are no sneaky... oh, ho, ho, LOL! Completely avoiding the rings, because I'm terrified about bombs, but thankfully I do manage to get 52. I tell you, if I hadn't had as much practice as I did with this as a child to just, like, know these things by memory... oh, and this is a great design, too. Oh! Oh, stupid Sonic team. But I gotta hand it to them. It's definitely interesting. It's definitely more enjoyable than the psychedelic Sonic 1 special stage experience. But it's hard. These things can be freaking hard. You know, speaking as someone who has gone through these things, I don't know. I would say I've played through the hundreds of times, I would say. Over the course of my entire life, these things can be absolutely murderous. And even if you know what you're doing, you could just slip on the controls, and that's all she wrote. It's a stupid phrase, but whatever, I said it. The end. Cool story. Got another Chaos Emerald for the collection. Regrettably, still 2 more to go. Yeah, I can do math. That's 2. I told you those basic addition and subtraction problems. I did calculus in high school, but math? Basic math? Oh god, no. Alright, so it's a little bit more difficult for me to get 50... who am I kidding? I'm Grimith! Won't be that terrible getting 50 rings. I mean, this is Emerald Hill Zone. I just don't want to have to backtrack too much because that'll make the stage even longer. As you can see, we are just passing the 15-minute mark here. And, we still have 7 minutes of this to go. This is Emerald Hill Zone. You can be done with this in minutes. Easy. I guess I'm still being done with it in minutes, technically, but I mean, like, you could be done with whatever. You understand what I'm trying to say, Rudy. Not football Rudy, I mean Cosby Rudy. Because that matters. Makes a difference in life. Because I know this stage so well, I'm making sure I count out my rings just right, and it's the stupid bumper that'll send me flying across the map. Whee, there we go. I screwed it up. Make sure that you're not holding a direction on the D-pad when you're flying on those things, because you'll ultimately lose distance. I wanted to keep my invulnerability for this next segment, to make sure I don't go flying off, but thankfully I managed to avoid doing it anyway. Collect an extra life, kill one of those stupid monkeys, and here we go! Checkpoint for justice! Go! 80 rings, crap. At the beginning, 80 rings? Well, you guys better give me 80 rings. Whew. I'm too old for this reflex crap anymore. I don't know how I did it as a kid. Obviously, you know I'm doing it now. That's just due to, like, so many years of experience. I'm glad that it translated onto a keyboard. Oh, lol, look at those bombs right there. You thought there were rings there? Ha ha ha, good joke. I complain about the designers being a dick, but I'm telling you, these things are great. It's frustrating, you know, to discover them initially and to learn how to play through these, but they're totally awesome. Great designs. I guess you can even say that about other things in the series too, like say the Labyrinth Zone. That's really a super cool, great zone, guys. And the Marble Zone, oh man, that's wonderful. I totally love that and don't have any problems with it at all. But when you're trying to learn how... No, who am I kidding? Oh, those zones suck. Oh, by the way, Labyrinth Zone. Speaking of Labyrinth Zone, there is water in Sonic the Hedgehog 2. The premier water stage of Sonic 2 is not as threatening as Labyrinth Zone, but there are... you'll see. Let's just say that the premier water stage in Sonic 2 is not the only Sonic 2 stage to include water. I avoid running into a bomb there, and only need 2 more rings. Fantastic. Those hoops, though, are pretty easy to jump through, so long as you know that they're coming, and handily I win this one. Collect this green emerald. That's another thing, too. Aren't emeralds supposed to be green? I guess because they're chaotic, they can be whatever color they want, because, you know, they're chaotic, they don't follow. I guess lawful emeralds, they would all be green, right? You can't have, like, a red lawful emerald, that'd just be weird. So the final checkpoint's actually pretty close to that one that we just jumped off of the island, so we need to backtrack quite a bit in order to collect the 50 required rings. But since you've seen me do it before, I mean, it won't be that hard, right? I'm already up to 9 lives, as you can see down there at the bottom. Racking up a lot of score is really doing wonders for the extra life collection, as well as, you know, hitting those hidden extra life boxes. Surely I won't have to worry about extra lives at all. I mean, like I said, this is my favorite Sonic game. I know how to do this crap. Especially since, oh, LOL, gotta hop onto the island again, this time with invulnerability. Stupid monkeys, and do. Alright, Special Stage 7, which follows no rules of science or physics at all. Stupid garbage truck. Anyway, 100 rings at the very beginning. Oh yeah, sure, that'll be easy. I mean, the game is scaled just fine. We'll have lots of opportunities for ring collection. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Kinda close there by deciding to run in between the bombs, like apparently I know exactly what I'm doing instead of skillfully, you know, and safely jumping across the half-pipe. But you know, that ruins the opportunity to collect the most rings. If you were a real man, you just run in between those bombs and screw it. That's how you can not collect 100 rings. You can totally faff up that. It'd be terrible. Like, I only had, you know, 8 rings to spare there, technically. Oh no. Like I said, basic math, folks. Grimith can't do it. I can still do derivatives. Too many years spent playing video games, but calculus wasn't involved yet. If anything, yeah, I should be able to do the basic math better because of all the years I spent playing stupid math edition games. Whatever. Now we're in the super cool fun part. As you can see, I only need 15 more rings, but oh my goodness, what is happening here? They're sporadic. They're spread out all over the place. This is an area where Tails can help, but they also throw out clusters of bombs randomly. So, see? Right there. I got hit by bombs, and I actually lost the rings that time. Tails can totally do a screw job on you in any of these special stages. And when you're depending upon him to win, okay, I got my 190 rings. Dude. Alright, another chance to collect, you know, some spare rings. Oh man, I'm doing a great job here. That's okay though, because there are no more bombs. And everything goes psychedelic because this is the final Chaos Emerald. Sonic has all the Chaos Emeralds. Woohoo! I'll never have to worry about them again. Now Sonic can change into Super Sonic? Oh my god. I can become Super Saiyan! Sonic doesn't have a tail. Tails has a tail. Tails has two tails. Maybe he's compensating for Sonic. Anyway, this is our first boss here. Dr. Robotnik. The boss of every stage, but this is his first format. He rides around in the Robotnik mobile with a drill. He's pretty frightening. Oh man. Are you all scared right now? Oh! I don't know how we beat him! Anyway, that was Emerald Hill Zone and all 7 half-pipes of Destiny, folks. Hope you all enjoyed the show, and maybe we'll discover what it means for Sonic to go Super Saiyan next time on Let's Get On With It. This.